So, you have decided to take the IELTS exam. Great choice, it is the test that opens doors around the world. Here we look at a diagram. This is one of 5 Task 1 types, which will come in the real exam. Look for the other types in my videos. Each of them will come in with the same 20% possibility. It means you should be familiar with all of them to get a high score. Here is how writing Task 1 question may look like. Let's look at the question card. It says that the diagram below shows the recycling process of aluminium cans. If you get a process diagram, like this one, the first thing you need to do is to find the beginning and the end of the process. In this case, it starts from the top and turns clockwise. When you have familiarized yourself with the diagram, it's time to start writing the answer. In the first paragraph, I paraphrase the topic in my own words. This diagram illustrates the way how aluminium cans are recycled after having been used. As you can see, I didn't change the word diagram, but change the article, the, into this. And I used illustrates instead of shows. Next, I changed the phrase, the recycling process of aluminium cans, to the way how aluminium cans are recycled. Then I added my own words, after having been used. However, I didn't change the meaning of the topic sentence. The introduction and the topic sentence have a similar meaning. Now move on to the next paragraph. It is a general overview. To achieve Band 6 or more for a Task 1, you must provide an overview paragraph. Now, try to find how many pictures are on the diagram. I'll give you a couple of seconds. So, for those of you who were able to find, congratulations. And for those of you who didn't count, just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, there are 7 pictures. Every picture shows one stage of the process. It starts from garbage collecting and ends at reusing aluminium cans. Let's write the overview paragraph. Overall, there are 7 stages in the recycling process, beginning with garbage collection and ending up with reusing the material again. In such cases, you should write the number of steps in a process, as well as how the process begins and ends. Because process diagrams like line graphs, pie charts, and bar charts have no general trends or key changes to identify, I started the overview paragraph with the word overall. It indicates the examiner that I'm going to describe general features. In the public version of Writing Task 1, Band Descriptors, it is written that candidates who present a clear overview of main trends, differences, or stages get 7 band for their task achievement. This is one of 4 criteria on which your writing task will be evaluated. In the next paragraph, we should describe each stage separately in detail. However, unlike graphs, charts and tables, diagrams have no general rules for grouping data. In fact, you can group the data in 1, 2, or 3 paragraphs. But, remember, you should describe the stages sequentially step by step. In this case, I described all stages in 1 paragraph. In each stage, different works must be done. First, people should make sure that the used cans are put in separate boxes. Second, these cans are carried by lorries to a factory. There the collected waste goes through several processes, such as cleaning, sorting, shredding and so on. In the next step, the material is heated and melted in a boiler. Once the mass aluminium is rolled out with a thickness of 2.56 mm, it gets ready to make new cans. Before being filled with a beverage, the cans are produced in another factory. Finally, the products are distributed to shops and consumers. So, why do I comment that people make sure in the first sentence? If we look closer at the first picture, we can see the phrase aluminium cans only. It indicates that people have to put the used cans in separate boxes. And in each sentence, I used sequences, the words indicating the order of the stages. First, second, in the next step, once, before, and finally. These words are useful to describe a process which flows sequentially. And I use the definite article in front of all nouns, referring to the material. The used cans, the collected waste, the material, the mass aluminium, the cans, the products. Because all these objects are the same, aluminium. However, I used some words with indefinite article, such as a factory, a boiler, a thickness, a beverage. These words are general nouns. They define unknown objects. It's not possible to identify their specific names from the picture. For example, in the phrase, before being filled with a beverage, I used indefinite article in front of the word beverage. We don't know which exact type of beverage are the aluminium cans filled with. Whether it is Coca-Cola or it is Red Bull. But we know from the diagram that these new cans are filled with a drink. So, using definite and indefinite articles properly increase your band score for your grammar. Here I used 137 words. It's below the required word length. Now, let's read the instruction on the question card. Write at least 150 words. So, we should write as more than 150 words as we can. I added another paragraph using the additional information on the last picture. In such one cyclic process, 74% of total used aluminium become usable again in the UK. Using every information given on the diagram allows us to increase our word length. Now, I responded the task for required word length. And you give me a band score for my writing.